And the bushfire danger is far from over across the border in Victoria. There were 2 emergency warnings current in Wangaraybel and the Cann Valley. The state's alpine region received some relief in the form of minor rainfall, but authorities believe the rain was not enough to mitigate the blazes. There are currently around 48 bushfires burning across the state. Governor-General David Hurley has visited East Gippsland to check in with the relief effort unfolding there. He says he's been inspired by the hard work of all volunteers and emergency service workers, but the job's not over yet.
A warm welcome for our head of state. Governor-General David Hurley was met with open arms by those who have fled the fires and those who have fought them on the front lines. At least those who recognised him. The Governor-General offering his sympathies.
We send out our condolences to the families and communities. That's been tragic.
Acknowledging tensions are running high in these communities.
People coming to just adjust to where they're at, the situation they find themselves in. And everyone's got individual needs, a lot of uncertainty about what they're going back to, so they're not sure about that. I mean, I think that's probably the biggest piece of information. When can I go home? And they don't know.
And that Australia will have some difficult choices to make ahead.
All the issues that people raise, you don't need to repeat them, but they're out there in terms of, is it climate change driven? Is it our land management process? Do we have the right resources? I mean, these are all big issues.
His visit comes after the Queen penned this letter passing on her thoughts and prayers and thanking the emergency services across the country. The Governor-General will send her back his own message.
I've already written to her once about the state of the fires, just mid-December, brought her up to date with what had occurred. And I'll go back in a similar vein. It'll be more of an operational update, but just assuring her again that how strong the Australian character is.
From here, the Governor-General will continue his tour of fire-affected communities across the country, heading to South Australia later this week before heading to rural New South Wales. Patrick Murrell, Sky News in Bairnsdale, East Gippsland.
Now, the incredible story of how one couple braved the bushfires from a tiny bunker, tragically watching their home burn just metres away. Andrea Carruthers has this exclusive report.
The roar, it's just like a freight train or a jet.
Just burning bush all around, and the house was well and truly alight.
This is all that remains of Donald and Bronwyn Graham's retirement dream, overlooking the Snowy and Buchan rivers. As fire raced towards their home from 4 sides, the couple tried to defend it for as long as they could.
Become stuck out like dog balls that we shouldn't be here now. And we went into the bunker.
Retreating underground, it wasn't long before Donald went back out for one last shot at saving their home and to tackle a blaze threatening the shed.
Of course, I couldn't see him or see what was happening, and it was really hot, and there was still a lot of roar of the fire, and I could see through the little hole that there was a lot rushing past.
Eventually, he returned, burning his hand on the scorching hot door. They then both waited it out in the bushfire bunker, armed with water, a torch, radio, and a first aid kit.
It's a pretty small space.
Yes.
Just how long can you stay down in here for?
Well, they're made for 6 people for an hour.
The fire front quickly passed. The recovery, a long road ahead. In the coming months, many people will start to dissect exactly what led up to and how we handled our bushfire crisis. But if you chat to locals in these parts, there's one thing they don't want to get lost in the smoke: the way the state's forest vegetation is handled.
All this country here, it's open woodland. Simply put, undisputable open woodland. That's what it should be, not dense forest.
Andrea Carruthers, Sky News in Buchan.